In a quiet corner of England, nestled in a garden full of blooming flowers and buzzing bees, lived a young man named Isaac. Isaac wasn't like the other young men who spent their days laughing and chasing sheep. His favorite thing to do was to think. His mind was like a sky full of twinkling stars, each one a question waiting to be answered. One warm afternoon, Isaac sat under his favorite apple tree. The leaves rustled a gentle song in the breeze, and the sun dappled through the branches, making dancing patterns on the grass. He was deep in thought, wondering about the stars and how they stayed up in the big, dark sky. Plunk! A ripe, red apple detached from its branch and fell right beside him, landing with a soft thud on the grass. Another person might have just picked it up and taken a crunchy bite, but not Isaac. He stared at the apple. Then he looked up at the empty spot on the branch where the apple used to be. A giant question mark popped into his head. "Why?" he whispered to a nearby ladybug. "Why did the apple fall down? Why didn't it fall sideways or even float up into the sky?" He picked up the apple and tossed it gently into the air. It went up, then came right back down. He did it again. Same result. There seemed to be an invisible string pulling everything towards the center of the earth. Isaac's eyes drifted up to the sky, where a pale daytime moon was hanging like a shy ghost. He wondered, could the same invisible string that pulls the apple to the ground also be pulling on the moon? Is that what keeps the moon from flying away into space? He imagined a giant, invisible hand holding the moon in its orbit, just as a smaller, gentler pull brought the apple to his feet. He decided to call this invisible pull gravity. But Isaac's curiosity didn't stop there. On another day, he was in a dark room. A single tiny beam of sunlight poked through a hole in the shutters. It made a small white circle on the far wall. Isaac had a special piece of glass called a prism, which was shaped like a triangle. He held the prism in the beam of light. Suddenly, the room wasn't so dark anymore. The little white circle of light vanished, and in its place, a beautiful, brilliant rainbow splashed against the wall. There were all the colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Isaac's eyes widened in wonder. He had discovered that plain white sunlight wasn't plain at all. It was actually a secret mixture of all the colors of the rainbow, traveling together. The prism worked like a key, unlocking the colors and letting them spread out for him to see. From a simple falling apple to a single beam of light, Isaac Newton spent his life asking why. He showed everyone that the world is full of magic and secrets, and the best way to discover them is to never, ever stop being curious. If you enjoyed the story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel.